Welcome to another Meeples and Milkshakes Board Game Cafe unboxing video. I'm Jim, and I'm doing another tripod-based video just by myself here on Saturday morning. We have 5 boxes to unbox, and we have a bunch of new stuff, and a bunch of stuff, well, some stuff we've been waiting for quite a while. We missed out on the first shipment of one of these games. And yeah, also kind of a funny story about one of them that I'll get to, not in this box, but in a future one. First up, a just-in-time restock of MicroMacro, and we have half a dozen of these. This has been the most popular game for us for the last month or two or so. I highly recommend watching the review from Efka and Elaine in No Pun Included on YouTube. They do a great job of explaining what this game is. Highly recommend it. This is, well, the last shipment we had 2 copies that were damaged. So one is going to go in the library, and then one we're just actually going to keep ourselves, which makes me all happy, because then when Cheryl and I have some spare time, we're going to play this at home. We just finished a puzzle last night, so now we have some room to put this on the table instead. That's going to be very, very fun. Next up, we have Kulami, the awesome 2-player marble game. In this game, you are taking turns placing marbles on these beautiful wooden tiles that you have arranged however you like. And each turn, you are going to play your marble into the same row or column that your opponent played last. Your opponent is going to place their pawn on top of the marble after they play. There's like a little hollow section at the bottom of the pawn to go on top of a marble. And so the rules are very simple. You have to play in the same row or column as your opponent just played, and you cannot play in the same tile that either pawn are currently in. That's basically the entire rules of the game. You play until there's no legal moves or you've run out of marbles. At that point, you score. Scoring is also very simple. You get each tile that you have strictly more marbles on than your opponent, you get points equal to the number of dots on that tile. And if you and your opponent have the same number, then neither of you get points for that tile. You add up all the points, whoever has the most wins. I've taught you the entire game. We have sold so many of these. We have like 2 copies in our library. People come and they say, what's a easy to learn 2-player game that's really fun? Kulami. They play, they leave with one. It's great. They love it. This game is also only $21.95, which is an amazing value for a really nice production. And also, just with the marbles, it just sounds nice when you're playing it. The clinking and all of that of the marbles. It's just a wonderful experience. Next up, we have a new game that I am not familiar with, sadly, but I wanted to bring it in anyway. This is from Good Games Publishing, designed by Joel Finch, and it is Funfair. Can you build the best theme park in town? Choose and build an exciting mix of attractions in your very own theme park. Upgrade them to match blueprints, or just stack up towering rides that pull in the crowds and make the most cash. Hire staff members and build super attractions to maximize your park strategy for the win. Looks really cool. I like the art style, especially if it actually comes with these poker chips. They might be cardboard. Who knows? I'd have to open it up to know. Oh, some of them are shaped circular. Some of them are actually octagonal and some are hexagonal, if you see that there. So probably cardboard, but who knows. And yeah, there you go, Funfair. This is a 2 to 4 player game. It says it takes 15 minutes per person, so that's pretty quick actually. Next up, we have a restock of Imperial Settlers Empires of the North. This is like a 2.0 version of Imperial Settlers. They distilled it into a simpler yet better game, and yeah, this was one of the first games that we ever brought in, actually, probably in our first ever order almost a year ago. We brought in Empires of the North. It was new and exciting back then, and we continue to stock it. And in fact, yesterday or the day before, somebody said, when are you getting Empires of the North? I want a copy. And I'm like, well, actually, it's going to show up tomorrow. So there it is. So one of these is already spoken for. You see why we're continuing to bring it in. And then this one will be available for you at meeples.ca or here in store in Penticton. Next up, we have a restock of Cabo Deluxe Edition. This is a game that I still have not had a chance to play, but it's good family weight card game, 2 to 4 players. And this is the fancy deluxe edition. Sadly, I can't tell you the difference right now off the top of my head, but I do know people that are playing this and absolutely love it. And we have some special ordered matte green sleeves. These are Gamegenic green sleeves, special ordered. Oh, hurrah! Here we have a restock of Seven Wonders Duel. This is a very, very fun 2-player version of Seven Wonders, which is in itself an amazing game, but better with more players than 2. It's okay at 2, it's just not great. I mean, it plays up to 7, so you imagine that it's good at higher player count. This, however, is just for 2 players, and it's amazing. It is definitely a competitive game, let's put it that way. Every turn you are trying to do something that will help you the most and help your opponent the least, and you're having to make some really tricky decisions on which thing you think is going to help your opponent the least and help you the most. It's tricky. Very, very easy to learn and play, however, but boy, there's that tension every time you make a decision, and it's a lot of fun. I love this game. I also love the Pantheon expansion for it. In my opinion, it should have came in the box. It's just like that important to the game that I would always play Seven Wonders Duel with Pantheon, but it's a perfectly fine game without it. It's not like it's broken without it. It's just Pantheon is so good, I would always want to play with it. Very cool. So here is the copy of the game I was telling you about that we missed out on the first time. I can't possibly know every game, and I just somehow, this one, I just missed it. I didn't, nobody ever mentioned it to me. I never saw anybody talk about it. Completely missed it on the pre-orders and everything. So this game, which is very, very good, came and went, and I did not get any, and then I waited, what, 7-8 months or something to get it again. So try not to do that if you're me. This is a game that's designed by Tommaso Battista and Simone Luciani, and it says here, let's do my best to bring this up close. I can't really. Actually, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have 2 of them. And so the water revolution begins. It's 1922. The cannons of the Great War have been silent for 4 years now. The world is recovering, arising from its ashes at the speed of the new hydroelectric energy, a legacy of the grand Nikola Tesla. A new war fought in the valleys of the Alps is about to begin. Will you manage to beat your opponents and build the best hydroelectric empire the world has ever known? So this is a worker placement game for up to 4 players, and you play it in 5 rounds. And there you go. So you are controlling water, fulfilling profitable contracts. Yep, looks very, very nice. I love the, I think those are maybe, what are those, train car meeples or something? Construction wheels. Anyway, very, very nice components. And this is a very, very highly rated game. I highly recommend you check out some reviews and information on Board Game Geek and Board Game Atlas, those sites, about this game, and we have a few of them. And I think there might be one more in another box to come. All right, so here we have a brand new expansion for Stuffed Fables. This is called Oh Brother, and yeah, we literally just sold out of Stuffed Fables. I wish I had remembered to order some more knowing that this was coming out, but if you're one of those folks who have Stuffed Fables, you may really like this. Stuffed Fables is a really, really fun adventure book game. You actually play on the book and, or well, with the book. Actually, maybe on the, no, I think in the board game, which I don't have handy, there is actually a board. But don't quote me on that. I have played it once. It is very, very fun. It is aimed at kids. This is ages 7 up, but it's just a fun game. Game that you want to play with your kids and parents together. It's amazing, and this game has been out for like I want to say almost 3.5 years or something, and this is the first expansion. So people who have played Stuffed Fables are going to be very excited to have some new experiences with this game. There we go, Stuffed Fables, oh brother. And here is another new kids game. This is Critter Cruise. This is brand new, just released yesterday from Haba. It says, the weather isn't being kind to Noah and the animals today. It's been raining for hours. It's a good thing that Noah has an ark. Help him get the animals and their suitcases all on board. Look for the matching suitcase for each animal while remembering to avoid the soggy suitcases. Work together to get all the animals on the ark and win. A cooperative memory game. Includes 11 wooden figures. You see that? Now, Haba always does a beautiful job with their wooden figures. And this plays 2 to 4 players, and it says it takes approximately 15 minutes to play. It's a very pretty looking game. Very nice. Yeah, I mean, I shouldn't be surprised because Haba always does a nice job with their kids' games. Here's the demo copy. This is this game that I was told was going to have a funny story about. This is this new sort of escape room game for kids from Haba. It says ages 8 to 99. And so this is called Sabotage at Lucky Llama Land. Okay. And here's the components. Have some nice dry erase pens, these keys, because of course it's the key. And there's a nice little rule book. And some player screens. I know there's some hidden stuff, like you hide some things behind your player screen. And then there's some cards. And some kind of board back here as well. This is, yeah, there you go. Codes or something. And so the funny story about this is that there's actually 2 games that just came out in this series. And again, these are aimed at 8-year-olds, right? The other one is a murder mystery. And I got a call from my rep saying, hey, you haven't pre-ordered the key yet. And I said, I didn't want to order a murder mystery for kids. And she, well, just started kind of chuckling. Yeah, it's kind of weird. But yeah, so I said, no, I'm not going to order that one, but I'll order the other one. So here it is. We have 1 copy for the library. I'm sure this is going to become a popular game in our library for families to play, and maybe even adults. And then we have 2 copies for you to take home. Probably only want to take home 1. I won't mind, but we'll have it for 2 people. Next up, we have 7 Wonders Duel Pantheon. Like I said, if you're getting 7 Wonders Duel, you should really consider getting Pantheon as well. Adds more cards and the Pantheon board. And oh man, what else was in there? Divinity cards, Grand Temple cards, all kinds of cool stuff. Oh yeah, the Snake Token, Minerva Pawn. Oof. Yeah, this is awesome. It's been a while since I've played with played it at all, actually, but with Pantheon especially. Now I'm all jonesing to play 7 Wonders Duel Pantheon. I think Pantheon might be in our library. I think, like I usually don't put expansions in the library, but I think I made an exception for this one because it's so good. Or maybe it's actually just mixed in the main box now. I can't remember, but it should be played. Oh yeah, and then we have a demo copy of Critter Cruise, so I can actually show you this as well very quickly. You see those nice wooden figures. Oh, isn't that cute? Look at that little boy there in the. There you go. And then all the little enemy pulls. There. And then you got a little rule book and some cardboard punch. And then there's a board, a player board, or a game board. Or these are player boards maybe? Probably player boards. Anywho, we'll prepare this for the library as well. As I keep saying, we're always trying to have more and more kids and family games in our library. So there's another one. And then here we have a new game. This is Match 5. This is a family weight party game. This is by Synapses Games, a new, well, to me, a new publisher. I'm not familiar with them. This one has some it's a roll and write game, they say, but yeah. It's more like a trivia party game, I think. I don't know a ton about it, but yeah, we brought in one copy. It's not for the library, but yeah, maybe somebody's interested in this. There we go, match 5. And we have even more copies of Seven Wonders Duel, because it's that good. And even more copies of Pantheon, because it's that good. And there's another copy of the Critter Cruise. And as promised, another copy of Barrage. And a restock of Star Wars Unlock. This is an unlock escape room game in the world of Star Wars. As always in these big box unlocks, there's 3 different scenarios, and you use a free app to help you play the game, and it is replayable, unlike the exit games that are much less expensive. These are $33.95 for 3 scenarios, whereas the exit games are $13.95 for 1. Every time we bring this in, it sells, so keep bringing it in. A restock of Mysterium. And we were down to our last copy. We always want to make sure we have Mysterium in stock. This is a great cooperative game. One player plays the person who was murdered, and everybody else are mediums, they're psychics, and the murdered person can communicate with these psychics using these, here. There you go. Using these abstract art. And so you're trying to, it's almost like kind of like a Clue meets Dixit. You're trying to have everybody guess who done it and where and with what, but using abstract art as clues that relate to the actual things you're trying to get them to guess. And it's a lot of fun. It plays up to 7 players. It's great even at lower player counts, but it's super fun with a large player count. And that's Mysterium. Love this game. And then last but not least, we have Botanik, which is this new game. We have a demo copy of this as well. So let's just look at this demo copy. This is a 2-player game from Space Cowboys, and it comes with a limited edition metal coin inside. All right, so we have English and French rules. There we go. Beatrix Burry. Whoa! These are nice. This is the game board. There you go. Where's that coin? Oh, there it is. Oh, that's nice. There it is. Space Cowboys on the back. And there's this, I don't know what this is, an idol or something? Whatever it is. Pretty nice looking. Anyway, very high quality for a little game like this. And then there's all these nice cardboard tiles. And they're actually pre-punched. Who does that? Who pre-punches games for you? This is crazy. It's amazing. I love it. You don't even have to punch this. It's just ready to play out of the box. All right, so I don't know almost anything about this game. And in part, it's because if you do look this up on Board Game Geek, at least as of last week when I was looking, there's like no information about this game. And I told my rep, I was like, this is silly. You have a brand new game that's coming out. You haven't like given it to reviewers. You haven't like, what have you done to help like sell this? I don't know, but it looks really fun. And the art style is really neat. And I mean, Space Cowboys, they make these great 2-player card games. And so I personally, like, just based on their reputation alone, I wanted to bring this in, and I also wanted to have one in the library because I want us to have lots of good 2-player games. So here it is, Botanik. All right, so that is it for today's quick Saturday morning unboxing. Now I have to get all of this prepared for going on the shelf. So thanks very much for watching, and if you enjoyed these videos, please give it a thumbs up on YouTube. Please share with your friends, subscribe to our channel, hit the bell, get notified when we post more videos like this, and leave comments. Let us know what you thought of these games, and let us know if there's something you think we should bring in, either for the library or for our shelves. So yeah, thanks again for watching, and hope you have a great weekend, and hope to see you again real soon. Thanks. Bye.